Welcome to
We're
Orbiton
back for
Weekly.
Orbiton Weekly.
Woo!
There's a lot to talk about this week. I think the AI space has been quite active. What
Yeah,
probably has been the most exciting is this whole crash of SaaS.
yeah. The SaaSpocalypse.
The SaaSpocalypse, as they call it. What was the total amount of money that was wiped out from this? What's the total market cap?
It was worse than the 2008 crash as well. I'm just looking it up.
On Forbes, it's saying 300 billion.
Hard to say the exact amount, depending on
But
what you consider SaaS, but yeah,
the key
it's a
thing being
lot.
that it basically wiped out um, more value than in the 2008 crash. So,
Yes.
but why? The question's why, right? Like, is SaaS dead? What does that mean? What does that mean for other companies that like Orbiton that we're
Yeah.
starting? How does that relate to us? Um,
Yeah. With AI, I mean, there's a lot of discussion about whether or not AI is a bubble. And
mhm.
I think the bottom line is that AI is new technology that will continue. Whether or not it's an economic bubble is I don't know. Like
Yeah.
there are so many there's so much hype and there's so many companies that are going to just be pouring all of their money into AI. And so regular SaaS becomes kind of obsolete. I think that's yeah, it's like shocking when you see the numbers like that, but it isn't shocking as in AI has just kind of taken over the world.
Mhm.
I think that AI will just be a part of SaaS, and
Mhm.
I think like that it's not the death of SaaS, but it's the death of those kinds of tools.
How do you
Um,
mean? Like, what do you mean by those kinds of tools?
well, like SaaS products that have no AI can't compete with
Yeah.
AI products. Like that's just reality.
Yeah.
Um,
And I feel like it's also like when you take a look at how companies are built, when you start from a foundation of being AI enabled from the very beginning, there's a
mhm.
lot of things that I didn't even think I couldn't imagine being possible before that now
Yeah,
are just core parts of our product. And
yeah,
I think like for example, being able to talk to any investor at their skill level and being able to roll that out in a matter of months, something that before was absolutely impossible to do. So I think that there's a lot of stuff that never would even come to mind. And it's easier for younger companies and smaller companies that are nimble, like startups,
yeah,
to emerge and to take advantage of these trends. Like
yeah.
we are now at 34 clients
Hmm.
that have rolled out on our platform. We're adding in a whole suite of tools to be kind of an end-to-end IR solution when it comes to
Hmm.
anything related to digital. I saw last week Replit put out, or this past week, Replit put out their motion
Yeah,
animation tool.
yeah.
And I was thinking immediately, like, oh, this is interesting because when companies put out press releases right now, they have static images. They always wanted animations, but it was too time consuming to do that ahead
Hmm.
of a press release in your social media post. And now you can do it like that, And so it's getting better at a very rapid rate. And that's
Yeah.
just like our bet is what are the other workflows that now are not possible or previously were
Hmm.
not possible that now we can tackle. And I
Yeah,
think that niche approach is really where the opportunity is.
exactly. The two things are that the big companies, the big superpowers of SaaS are actually less stable than you think.
Hmm.
And the second one is that yes, AI will be taking a lot of jobs, and that sucks in general. It also will provide the necessary environment for so many startups and so many businesses that we can't even really conceptualize right now. And
Hmm.
that is with the super niche, specific, boring vertical applications of AI that the big companies have got SaaS covered and they are
Hmm.
not AI native because they've been around.
Hmm.
And unless we're talking about the big AI companies, but it's harder to implement AI into an already existing system than to start with AI. Like it is
Well,
harder.
what do you think about like a Salesforce? So like I was just looking up and their stock's
Mhm,
down 33% in the past year.
mhm,
And it's like when you look at the chart, it's a pretty substantial drop off. And Not that they haven't bounced back from stuff like this
Yeah.
before. I'm sure they'll be fine. But my point being is they really benefit from building and charging for building tools that non-technical people. And now we're
Hmm.
in this situation where I think with AI, that's kind of been democratized, where
Yeah.
anybody can build tools for non-technical people and can ship it out at scale and can maintain quality. So I'm curious to
Yes.
see how that plays out. I think the exciting part is that it presents opportunity for companies that are more in the weeds with a
Hmm.
specific niche like we are. And I
Hmm.
think it's going to be more of like, if you look at Rippling, the HR management platform, they do end-to-end HR management. We use Deal, their end-to-end HR management.
Hmm.
Those kinds of experiences are incredibly valuable, and it's because companies are selling outcomes, not
Hmm.
tools.
Hmm.
We are selling outcomes, not a tool set that an IR professional needs to then use to do
Yeah.
something. We just do it for you.
Yeah.
And any software company that is selling tool sets to do stuff is in a dangerous position because the ones who are selling outcomes will beat them.
Yeah, for sure. Totally. The with the democratization of the tools of AI being available to anyone who's not like technically educated, it becomes this race of everyone having these big general ideas and wanting to do the most with AI. And it is very exciting to look at everything, all of the news that comes out and the new updates and whatever. But it what will be successful, I think, is just the really small, boring ideas, like you're saying. Like when you have that niche, it is valuable. When you
I
go on
like the
to,
boring stuff.
yeah, yeah. Y Combinator was just talking about that. I think it was Hank Green that I was just listening to. He was talking about how the big companies, when you think of all the bureaucracy that comes with a massive
Hmm.
company, it's got to go through so many people for them to execute an idea.
Hmm.
Whereas someone like some randoms like us, we get an idea and we've got it going today.
Yeah, like we're shipping stuff in a matter of days or weeks. Like we have new updates coming out every
Hmm.
day. We just did this whole like we added a widget for when people ask to sign up for the mailer
Hmm.
on the chatbot. There's a widget now where they can enter in their contact information
Yeah.
and sign up right away. Like that stuff we shipped today. I don't. There's nobody I had to approve it with. We just did it.
Yeah.
Um, so the bureaucracy, the slowing, and I feel like it's the great equalizer because you can't
Hmm.
escape it. As long as you get bigger, you
Yeah.
become more bureaucratic because you need that structure to move
Yeah.
forward. But then you lose out to the opportunities that are new because you're not nimble. And so I
Yeah.
think it's just the natural way that things are equalized so that small guys have a chance.
Totally. And with
Yeah.
um with the this whole topic on AI, thinking about, well, if anyone can do it, if anyone can just go and code something, why even try? And I think what I've come to the conclusion of is that the only thing that's important right now, has always been important, is that
Hmm.
it's your expertise. We're
Mm.
people and we're going to be looking at expertise. And sure, someone could go and code another Orbiton with whatever. Um, have they been in IR? Do they know the specific details? And
Mhm.
like all of that is super important. Whatever I create, whatever you create, whatever other little small boring fix that someone else comes up with, if it's their expertise and their like field of knowledge, that's so much more important than someone doing it that is just trying to cover all the bases and make a lot of money
Yeah.
from AI.
No, I totally get I totally agree with what you're saying. What matters now is people thought that coding was hard. Coding was never something that you couldn't learn. It's
Yeah.
always been accessible. So you could always can pick up a computer and just code. It was more difficult to
Mm-hmm.
build complex products in short time frames, so it's gotten faster.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's just reduced the time, but your moats, like nobody's gonna, sure, people make a new Facebook, but
Yeah.
you're not gonna beat Facebook because they have the network effect. So
Yeah.
there never really was a technological moat. And you saw, I think Elon is a big believer in that too, because he put all his patents for Tesla out publicly so that anybody could build better electric cars, because the big players know you don't have a competitive edge in in the actual coding or technology, because there's always
Yeah.
going to be something better. Your competitive edge comes from people, like you said, like your network, the network effect of your product,
Yeah.
the stickiness of your product, the difficulty of migration. Even that's kind of getting attacked now. Is like, HubSpot was really hard to migrate, but even if you build a HubSpot duplicate,
Hmm.
people are still going to have to learn your new product, and that's a
Yeah.
learning curve. And do they want to do that? And so, I think nothing's ever as good or as bad as people make it. And so
Hmm.
this is an overreaction. Um, and I do think that it'll bounce back. But do I think that we're in the middle of a fundamental shift? Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think, I mean, I'm wrestling with the questions and I work with AI. Like I'm sure that if you don't work with any tech at all and you're just
yeah,
seeing this online, I mean, I don't know. Like
yeah.
you
If you
wouldn't know
don't
what to
use the
think.
tools, you don't get
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But the things that are important are the things that have always been important. It's just like your taste and your judgment, your creativity,
yeah,
your knowledge. Yeah, because like you said, anyone can go and build the tools, sure. And it's super cool that everyone has the ability to. But it's like if I was when I was only doing photography, if I'm then worried about new gear coming out because shoot,
yeah,
anyone can take a photo. It's like, yeah, of course. But
yeah.
do you want me to take the photo because I have a specific perspective
That's a great
and
metaphor. Yeah.
taste? Yeah.
I was thinking about that for like film too. It's like film,
Yeah.
it was like, oh my God, now anybody can make a movie. You
Yeah.
still pay ridiculous amounts for advertisements. Everybody's
Yeah.
okay. Like the
Yeah.
world's fine.
Yeah.
And so it's that same thing. It's like, it's how you use the tools. The
Hmm.
tools used to be before that you would write code by hand. The tool was the IDE, the tool was your computer. Now the tool is also AI that just helps the velocity of putting out new products, but you still have to
Hmm.
build the new products and you have to understand what the problems are. And
Yeah.
maybe one day we live in a world where everybody who's technical or non-technical can build their own tools, but I don't think they want to. Like, I don't
No.
think like the CEO of a company wants to build his own calendar app.
Yeah. That's never been the issue. Like we don't hire uh accountants because we couldn't go and learn it and do it ourselves and do our taxes and what it because I don't want to do that. I
No.
want someone that's their expertise to do that. It's not that I physically can't do it. It's that that's not my expertise. And
But I
I
will
think that's
say,
yeah.
go ahead. Wait, go ahead first.
But that's just like a random example I had in the top of my head. That's the case for anything.
But I do think that we're going to lose the premium. So with
Hmm.
software, there's a really big premium for software developers, and that's
Yeah.
been hit. I do think you're going to lose the premium on certain types of software, but then you're
Yeah.
going to get it on other types. Like AI powered software definitely has a premium on its price point.
Yeah.
But traditional software is going to, like, basic Salesforce software is going to have to come down in price. So
Hmm.
they're just going to have to evolve and move their margins to different products. But it's not
Hmm.
like you're seeing the end of SaaS.
Like the technology we have allows us to do new things. That doesn't mean that everything else goes away.
Hmm.
But when you are just looking at the markets, it's going to be quite dramatic. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing how things play out here in the next little
mhm.
while. But I think we're in a good place. We're going to continue to focus on selling outcomes, not products,
Yes.
not tools. Sell outcomes, and we'll see where that takes us. And next week is PDAC, PDAC, one of the largest mining conferences in the world. So we're going to be there in Toronto, meeting with a lot of public companies,
Whoop, whoop.
and we'll have our recap afterwards.
Yes. Very
See you guys
exciting.
next week.
See
Thanks,
ya.
Mariah.